Hello, everyone. I have a pleasure to bring to you a little information about one of the technologies that were mentioned before. That is IQRF, which you can use for your RF networking and basically the benefits it can bring to your industrial environments. So just basically to give you a few just background information, the company originated in Czech Republic and it was founded in 1991. And the technology was developed since 2004. Right now, we own over 30 patents, and we can, together with partners like Monolitic, we can provide you with the basically complete ecosystem for your IoT design. So we can just basically connect your devices in one of the in the network in any topology you want. Could be mesh, star, point-to-point. We can connect it to your cloud via any kind of gateway, via any kind of existing interface, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, GSM, and we can provide you with complementary tools to build your design. That is like integrated development environment. It could be SDK, libraries, just whatever you need to create your design. Just basically going back to the IoT. For everyone, it seems to be simple. When we think IoT, it's either a smart house, it's either a smart city, or it's Industry 4.0. It's the factory. For just a basic end user that we're talking to, it seems to be pretty simple. We think we have a basically mobile app that we want to control some actuator or sensor, we want to read data. But this is a pretty complex puzzle. What we need inside is we need sensors, we need meters, we need different components, we need some wireless solution to provide IoT, we need gateway, we need some software and hardware on the gateway, we need cloud, we need basically telecom infrastructure to carry out data somewhere. We need basically some back-end systems, some front-end systems. We need basically managing software, and we could be talking probably for hours about the pieces of the puzzles that we need to create it. And the thing is that new things are still coming and building up. So it's coming and coming and coming. And it's really hard for one company to provide you with just basically everything. But if you connect forces together, like us together with Monolitic, we can do it. And we can provide you with absolutely almost all the pieces of the puzzle for your IoT design. So basically, IQRF, so that you understand our positioning and what you can do with it, is that we completely are in no competition with the long-range solutions such as cellular solutions or basically LoRa, Sigfox. These are meant to carry information over long distances, usually point-to-point. But if you're thinking of covering a local area network or a private area network up to 10, 20 kilometers with many sensors, many actuators, or many devices and connect them in one network, then IQRF becomes a great solution. Just some basic facts. Again, we work on sub-gigahertz, some gigahertz frequencies, 868, 916, and 433 megahertz for selected transceivers. And in one network, you can have 240 devices and up to 240 hops, which means that you can shape basically the network absolutely the way you want. What is more important, you have 67 operating channels, which means that this number, 240 devices, can be multiplied by 67, which gives you the total number of devices that can be placed in one big network, which is like over, I think, 15,000 devices. As I said, the technology was developed since 2004, which means that it's pretty mature technology right now. And as far as the range is concerned, if we think about open space, you can reach, you can interconnect the devices up to 800 meters. In the municipal areas, that would be about 300 meters, and inside a building, 100, 150 meters, with a very, very reasonable power consumption, which is for standard mode, which would be 12 milliamps. With the low power mode, we go to 200 microamps, and with some deep sleep mode, we can even go to nanoamps of power consumption, which is really important, especially for devices being run on batteries, right? Of course, there's always a trade-off in between how often you want to send information, how big the battery is, and so on. So when creating your design, you have to think about it, but generally, these numbers can provide you with a battery-powered devices lasting from 3 to 5 years for sure. Why should we consider IQRF, especially mesh, for your solutions? With mesh, and which is one of our biggest strengths, you can have definitely an increased coverage. As it was said, up to 10, 20 kilometers you can cover the area with the devices. This topology can withstand high traffic. We don't create routing tables. That is, the signal, the information will always get to the right device. I will show you in a moment how we propagate signal over the network, but it is done. And of course, the extension, modification, building up the network is extremely easy. So as I said, we do not create routing tables. We just basically propagate the signal over the network. So what is important first, the coordinator. I'm truly sorry, but while changing a little bit the layout of the presentation, those dots are a little bit out of place. So, but I'm sure you can forgive me that. So basically, first the coordinator sends the information to all its neighboring devices. And you can see in time slot number 1, then this device sends signal to all its neighbors again and again and again. So that's how we basically propagate the information over the network. This is not actually the last. Okay, this is not the last presentation. So, but anyway, even with many broken links, you can deliver the signal. You can deliver the signal over the network, which is very important because especially inside a city, you cannot control the environment completely. You don't really know if the noise is going to come up somewhere. So, for example, if the noise blocks the signal will find alternative way. Or, for example, if they build a wall or something that will basically stop the signal from going. So this is extremely important. We have also developed something like fast response command. That is a very quick way of collecting data from the network. So as you can see, as opposed to a standard polling, you can get information from the network in a very rapid way. I will not go into details with that because this is like one of the features which you can basically use to collect information from the network. Gloria, there is like another presentation also because this is not the last one. Okay, so another feature that we just did for you is basically we tried to challenge what many people said, that setup and maintenance of such networks can be difficult. So what we did, we basically equipped each of our transceivers with operating systems, with hardware profile, and with user application. Actually, the most incredible thing about it is that you don't really have to do any coding. You don't have to do any programming. You basically program the transceivers from our integrated development environment. So basically, you go into OS configuration and you select the features you want. You select the frequencies. You select basically the power of transmission, etc., etc. You select RF channels. Then you go to profile your hardware. That is, you basically choose the peripherals, you choose the transmitting power, you choose the filters. Anything you want, you can do it within the application. And finally, as I said, user application. Again, you don't code anything. You take from the repository a ready-made application, something that was written for you. You customize few lines of code, and you're ready to go. Using this integrated environment, you upload it onto transceiver, you create your network, and you run your network from there. So everything is made easy for you, so that you don't really have to do any coding. Finally, like sometimes people think that it could be expensive to run IoT designs, etc. Yes, of course, it can be expensive if you do everything on your own, but thanks to working with partners like Monolitic, we can give you many, many different things, thanks to cooperating with many, many partners that are within our IQRF alliance. These are companies that actually use the technology, that have products based on IQRF, which is important because they are interoperable. So when you think of your solution, you can take one of these devices, you can add it to your network, and you're ready to go. Sorry. So because of that, we can basically provide you with every piece of puzzle that I was showing to you on the beginning. We have transceivers, we have operating system, we have integrated environment to develop your IoT, we have standards, we have basically starter kits, we have the whole infrastructure to help you out build your design. Not to mention the fact that we have partners like, again, I will mention Monolitic to give you that added value of the design. So that basically you can create your IoT design with the network, gateway, cloud, and some kind of application to either analyze the data or to basically control. So we created an open ecosystem, in which you have many devices running right now on IQRF. You can connect them to a gateway and then to any kind of cloud service. This could be enterprise solutions such as Bluemix, Azure from Microsoft, or this could be your proprietary solution, your proprietary cloud. On top of this, we're providing the customers with our starter kits that enable actually fast prototyping. So you can select from many of our starter kits depending on what you want to do. Basically, a starter kit that will enable fast prototyping of your IoT solution, whichever you want. Here you can see the starter kit based on like an upboard from Aeon and our design, which can enable your fast prototyping. Trust me, within a day, it's set up and ready to go. That would be it. Are we able to have this other presentation? Because there was like one slide with the summary of benefits, and that's what I wanted to show you. So if we could just go to the very, very last slide, that would be great. Huh? I think not. No. No. Okay, so I have a second part like after the break. So then I will show you the slide. We will come back to this, and I will show you some examples of what we did, some real examples of the applications that we actually did for the industry. Thank you very much for now.